We've all seen the headlines. Billionaires buying super yachts, celebrities dropping millions on watches, luxury cars that cost more than most people's homes, and yet somehow they keep getting richer while the average person struggles to save. So what's their secret? Are wealthy people just incredibly lucky? Do they have some magic formula the rest of us don't know about? The truth might surprise you, because the real secret isn't about spending more. It's about spending differently. Today, we're diving deep into the spending habits of the wealthy and revealing the counterintuitive strategies that keep them rich, generation after generation. Section 1. The fundamental difference. Let's start with the most important distinction. When most people get money, they think about what they can buy: a new car, a bigger house, the latest gadgets. But wealthy people think differently. They don't ask, "What can I buy?" They ask, "What can I invest in?" Here's a perfect example. Imagine two people, each receive $100,000. Person A sees an opportunity to upgrade their lifestyle. They buy a luxury car for $60,000, splurge on a dream vacation for $10,000, and renovate their home with the rest. Person B takes that same $100,000 and does something completely different. They invest $70,000 in index funds and real estate. They use $20,000 to start a side business, and they keep $10,000 as an emergency fund. Fast forward 5 years. Person A's car has depreciated to maybe $30,000. The vacation is a memory. The home renovation added some value, but not much. They're essentially back where they started, minus the experiences. But person B, their investments have grown to over $90,000. Their side business is generating monthly income, and they still have their emergency fund intact. That's the power of thinking like an investor instead of a consumer. The wealthy understand something fundamental. Every dollar is a soldier. You can send it out to bring back more soldiers, or you can use it up for immediate pleasure. Rich people send their dollars to work. Section 2. The 4 asset categories. So where exactly do wealthy people put their money? Research shows they typically divide their spending into 4 distinct categories, and the percentages might shock you. Category 1. Appreciating assets. 40 to 50%. This is where the bulk of their money goes. Real estate that generates rental income, index funds that grow with the market, ownership stakes in businesses, fine art that appreciates over time. These aren't expenses, they're investments disguised as purchases. When a wealthy person buys a property, they're not just thinking about where to live. They're thinking about rental yield, appreciation potential, and tax advantages. Knowledge and skills, 10 to 15%. Warren Buffett once said the best investment you can make is in yourself. Wealthy people take this seriously. They spend heavily on education, but not necessarily traditional college. We're talking executive coaching that costs $50,000 a year, masterminds with other successful people, courses taught by industry leaders. They see their own knowledge and network as assets that compound over time. Time-buying services, 15 to 20%. Here's something interesting. Rich people don't hesitate to spend money to save time. Personal assistants, housekeepers, meal preparation services, private jet flights instead of commercial. Why? Because they value their time at hundreds or thousands of dollars per hour. If they can pay someone $50 an hour to handle tasks while they focus on activities worth $1,000 an hour, that's a no-brainer investment. Lifestyle and enjoyment, 20 to 30%. Yes, wealthy people do enjoy their money. They buy nice cars, take amazing vacations, and eat at expensive restaurants. But notice something crucial. This category comes last, and it's typically the smallest portion of their spending. They enjoy luxury, but only after they've handled their wealth-building priorities. Section 3. The psychology of rich spending. But there's something deeper happening here. It's not just about where wealthy people spend their money. It's about how they think about spending itself. Principle 1. Delayed gratification. You've probably heard of the marshmallow test, where children who could wait for a second marshmallow had better life outcomes. Wealthy people have mastered adult-level delayed gratification. They'll drive a 10-year-old Toyota while building their investment portfolio. They'll live in a modest home while their real estate empire grows. They're willing to look poor today to be genuinely wealthy tomorrow. Principle 2. Opportunity cost thinking. Every spending decision is viewed through the lens of opportunity cost. When considering a $70,000 luxury car, they don't just think about whether they can afford it. They think, if I invest this $70,000 instead, it could be worth $300,000 in 20 years. Is this car worth $300,000 to me? Usually the answer is no. Principle 3. Value over price. There's a famous saying, rich people buy quality, poor people buy twice. Wealthy individuals will spend $500 on a pair of boots that last 15 years rather than $50 on boots that last 1 year. They'll invest in a quality mattress, ergonomic furniture, and premium tools, not for luxury, but because the long-term value exceeds the upfront cost. Principle 4. Tax optimization. Here's something most people miss. The wealthy are constantly thinking about tax implications. They structure purchases through businesses when possible. They time capital gains strategically. They use retirement accounts to their maximum advantage. A middle-class person might pay 30% effective tax on their income. A wealthy person with the same income might structure things to pay 15% or less legally. That difference compounds dramatically over decades. Section 4. Common myths debunked. Before we wrap up, let's address some common misconceptions about wealthy spending. Myth 1. Rich people waste money on stupid things. Yes, you'll see headlines about ridiculous purchases, but these are either investments in passion assets that appreciate, calculated brand-building moves, or the exceptions that prove the rule. For every celebrity going broke from overspending, there are dozens of wealthy people you've never heard of, quietly building dynastic wealth through smart financial decisions. Myth 2. You have to be cheap to get rich. Being wealthy isn't about being the most frugal person in the room. It's about being strategic. Many wealthy people spend more in absolute dollars than average earners, but they're spending on things that either appreciate, generate income, or significantly enhance their ability to create value. That's very different from being cheap. Myth 3. Rich people don't enjoy their money. Shoo! This is simply false. Wealthy people often live incredibly rich lives full of experiences. The difference is timing and proportion. They enjoy their wealth after securing their financial foundation, and their lifestyle spending doesn't compromise their wealth-building activities. So what can you take away from all this? You don't need to be wealthy already to start thinking like a wealthy person. Here are the key principles. 1. Before any purchase, ask yourself, is this an asset or an expense? Will this make me money or cost me money over time? 2. Prioritize investments in appreciating assets, even if it means living below your current means. 3. Invest heavily in your own skills and knowledge. This is the one asset that can never be taken from you. 4. Think in terms of opportunity cost. Every dollar spent here is a dollar that can't work for you elsewhere. 5. Buy quality over quantity and value over price. Sometimes spending more upfront saves money long-term. And 6. Remember that building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. The wealthy think in decades, not days. The truth is, staying rich isn't about earning more money. It's about making smarter decisions with the money you already have. Start implementing these principles today, and you'll be thinking like the wealthy, regardless of your current bank balance. If you found this valuable, hit that like button and subscribe for more insights on building lasting wealth. Drop a comment below, telling me which principle resonated most with you. Until next time, spend wisely, invest intelligently, and build the life you deserve.